and I will make them an object of horror among all the kingdoms of the earth. Did I fucking tell you or not? So, for those of you foolish enough to have missed it, at about 3:30 a.m. on Thursday morning, I released a presentation in which I said this. Now, I understand that there's a good number of people on YouTube who don't care for the anti-theists, and I don't care. It nauseates me. It fucking sickens me to know that there are atheists out there that tolerate Christians teaching their children things that the atheist knows are lies. Especially when those children grow up to bomb abortion clinics. And then, not even 36 hours later, what happens? A right-wing, T-Billy, Jesus-freak terrorist goes and shoots up a Planned Parenthood clinic in Colorado Springs. The only question that remains is, does he support Carson Cruz or Trump? Clearly, this act of terrorism was religiously motivated because the only people that oppose Planned Parenthood are religiously motivated. So, can we start doing this now? Can we start blaming religion now? I know, there's gonna be some holdouts. This was a bank robbery gone bad. Fuck you, you idiot, spreading misinformation. Both the police and Chase have confirmed that this didn't take place at the bank. Well, this is a mental health issue. Now you're getting warmer. We can't let a couple bad apples spoil the bunch. You do realize that the only reason why we have bad apples is because of an imperfection in the tree, right? Look, listen. Christians have been policing themselves since the Reformation. And yet, today, they still manage to churn out terrorists. Constantly. I'm not calling for political change. I'm not. I know that will never happen. And even if we do somehow manage to ban religion, all that's going to do is create more religious terrorists. And I understand that not all Christians are terrorists. I get that. But none of you did anything to prevent this either. All it's going to take is the so-called good Christians, if they can so be called, and if there's any of them left, to tell their brothers and sisters in Christ not to attack Planned Parenthood. Tell them that it's bad. Tell them this every day. And no, feminists, this is not the same thing as teaching men not to rape, alright? There are no rapists who rape in the name of God, and if there are, that's a whole other problem. Rapists do not have a shield of indignant righteousness to hide behind. The Christians need to start telling their neighbors that God doesn't like terrorists. Make it up if you have to, alright? They're not going to check your sources. They never do. And no, you shouldn't have to tell them this, but clearly you fucking have to tell them this. Don't just pray for the victims. Actually take the fucking initiative and fucking do something about it. You need to do this. The Christians need to do this. Because religion is the root of terrorism. Yes, it fucking is. If you have a delusional mindset that was taught to you by other delusional people, of course, when you go and shoot up a fucking Planned Parenthood clinic in the name of God, you're going to think you're doing the right thing. You have to sell this anyway. I know it's going to be a tough sell. After all, God not only condones and orders mass murder, but he fucking perpetrates it himself sometimes. He's the biggest fucking mass murderer ever fucking conceived. But the onus is on the Christians to do something about this. Because believe me, if an atheist went out and committed an act of terrorism in the name of nothing, it would be all the media would talk about. Ever. I fucking love it when the world proves me right.